Hi, 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 hi. How's it going, everyone? I hope you all are doing alright. I hope you all are having a good Monday. It's Monday, Jesus. We are doing D&D today, but we'll get into that. Sorry. It's so warm in here. I just opened up a window. We'll see if that helps. But, hi, hi. How are you all? I hope you're all doing well. My day's been pretty alright. Work was pretty normal. But, we chilling. I got some tea here. My throat is not 1000% back, right? It's not 100% back, but it is close. So hopefully this stream will be okay. I'll definitely be popping some lozenges, and probably talking as minimally as I can, even though this is going to have a lot of talking. Just to rest and make sure I can actually do the rest of the week. I'm doing well. I'm glad you're doing well, Krogan. I'm glad you're doing well. I apologize if you can hear, like, the AC running. I don't think you can, but maybe. It's not right now, but it was earlier. But yeah, I am really excited. So today the Alestrals clash up. So I guess let me back up. For those who don't know, I play Alestrals. I played it on stream. It's a lot of fun. It's a TCG game. And the digital client Clash just got a huge update. Well, 2 huge updates since we last played it. Like a couple weeks ago. The first update was like the ban list. They implemented the ban list, and in the most recent update, they added a bunch of like super critical cards to certain decks, and also added like the capacity to get alt arts and stuff like that. So the game is again vastly different from how we looked at it like 2 weeks ago. That plus the fact that the premiere was this past Saturday, has got me like really excited to play more Alestrals. So I'm looking forward to that. The other thing is Night Rain. I've been playing a lot of Night Rain, which again has not been helping my voice. Since you do need to talk and communicate with your teammates in that game, funnily enough, yeah. But we're chilling. I'm having a lot of fun with Night Rain. I've been playing. Is stuff not good to your voice? It's definitely not. I've been playing a lot of Iron Eye and Raider. I finished both of the Remembrances, and now I'm gonna pick up a new character. Maybe Duchess was recommended. I thought I heard Rengoku meow. Thank you. No simply one trick. I mean, I could. That doesn't sound a lot of like. I feel like before I one trick, I want to get to know everyone. We get to know all the characters, like skill sets and stuff like that. Though maybe I won't. I'm not super interested in playing Recluse or Revenant. Mostly because I'm not super interested in learning how spellcasting works in this game. like, I have no idea what any of the spells do. I did not use any amount of spellcasting in the one Elden Ring run I did, so I don't know what any of the spells are. Like, literally none of them, and I don't feel like learning. Recluse is already, like, super complicated even without the fact that you have to pick up spells. Because her class skill is like a spellbook in and of itself. So it's like, probably not Recluse. As pretty as she is, I don't think she's my type of character. I like to play characters that do one thing really well, which is why I gravitated towards Iron Eye and Raider, because one uses a bow and one hits things with a giant stick. But it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. Hi, I'm here. I'm just breaking my Windows audio over and over again, so I might miss things. No worries, no worries. I hope you're getting your audio issues sorted. They've been a real bitch to deal with. Because, like, as minor as it is, the fact that it exists as all when it shouldn't is super annoying. But welcome. And hi, Hanless. I don't know why I said hi. I really need to talk about D&D. But before we get into that, let's cover what the week is gonna look like. The week is gonna look like the past few. We'll be doing, D&D design today. My players just finished, like, the arc that they're on, I would say. And they're about to head into the next arc. So I'm gonna do some design for that. And then tomorrow we're playing Mass Effect. We're gonna be doing Rex's quest at the very beginning of tomorrow's stream, because I want to make sure that it gets done. Rex is, like, one of my favorite characters in Mass Effect 1 so far. I've really liked, having him in my crew. So I definitely want to pursue the quests that lead to his character's, like, fulfillment, I would say. Same with Tali. I don't know if Tali has any quests, but I definitely want to do her quest if she has one. I assume she does, probably related to her pilgrimage, but I'm not sure. Maybe we can find a non-Saren gift for her or something, I don't know. And Thursday we're doing more Nier. We'll almost certainly be doing, like, mostly side quests. I was kind of surprised that there's a bunch of new side quests specifically for 9S, but I guess it makes sense. So we'll be doing those. And yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, I think that's everything. So let's talk about D&D. So for those who are unfamiliar with my campaign, the party has been on a several year-long journey. No, it's not quite a year in game, but it's been, I don't know, close to 3 years out of game, maybe. We started in the winter, so it's probably at like 2.5 years. But basically, hi, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. How do I pronounce your name? I don't speak. I think it's probably Korean, right? But hi, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Is that a retainer profile pic? That looks like a retainer profile pic. That's cute. Hi. Hi, X-Dude. Hi. Glad to hear you're doing awesome. As usual. But yeah, my name is, it's pronounced as Boko. Okay, alright. That is good to know, thank you. Yes. That is what I was looking for, Boko. But welcome in. You know the retainer? Yes, I am a big Aruru and Rumi fan. As well as BB. I like BB quite a bit too. Which is, I think, probably where I've seen you. Because your name looks familiar. I just don't know how to say it. But now I do. Also, Lita? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm a big Lita Oriana fan as well. Hence Groven being mom. But basically for my campaign, the players are discovered that there's like a hole in the world. It's like a giant portal. And they're collecting the 7 pieces of the MacGuffin that seals the portal. More or less. And they have completed what they've gotten 5 of the 6 pieces of the rod that they use. And so we need to design where they're going for the 6th. Which is in a different volcano. So that's what we're doing today. But to get to, I guess, where did we get here? The most recent. Hi, Wiz. Hi. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. Hope you had a good weekend. So in the most recent arc, they were collecting the 5th piece of the rod, which was in one of 2 volcanoes, right? We designed that volcano on stream. It was inside was a dragon's lair. You can go check out that stream if you so choose. But the party, what they decided to do was, while they were investigating the dragon's lair, they knew that the dragon was going to be walking around inside the lair. And rather than, walk around the lair trying to avoid the dragon, they were just like, let's go straight to the dragon and try to make a deal with it. Now, some important context here. The dragon, the red dragon, his name is Kuranos, the Lord of Ash. Super evil guy, he's a red dragon. Centuries ago, he fought a bronze dragon named Sissineth, who is a good dragon, and defeated her. And in so doing, imprisoned her, basically sealing her away in this giant golden statue. And the party, so they were going to this mountain, this volcano, for the rod piece that they know is in this dragon's hoard. Now, while they were on the way, they went to a town, kind of near the base of the mountain of the volcanoes. And there, the town was like, hey, free the good dragon, right? And you'll get paid, basically. And they were like, sure, we're already going there, we'll free the good dragon. And so when they went into the dragon's lair, they basically confronted the red dragon and was like, hey, take us to your hoard, we want to make a deal for the rod piece. And so they did. They went, the dragon was like, sure, whatever, I don't care. You're all insects anyways, you're all beneath me, so even if you tried to do something, you wouldn't be getting it. And so they take the dragon takes them to the hoard, and there they discover that the dragon that they're looking for is imprisoned in the dragon's hoard. And they make a deal with the dragon, unimportant, for the rod piece, and unbeknownst to them, the dragon was never going to make it. Like, they were planning on making a deal for the good dragon, but that was never going to work. They don't know this, but like, the dragon was never going to let go of the good dragon. It's like his most prized possession. He destroyed, effectively ending the bronze dragon, etc. Now, because I knew that they were going to end up coming to a disagreement with the dragon, right? At the end of the session, before I knew confrontation was going to happen, I was like, alright, level up, because you're gonna need it. You're gonna get TPK'd without it. And so they did, and that leveled them from level 12 to level 13, which is very important, because at level 13, wizards get access to 7th level spells. The party has a wizard, and that party member took the spell Teleport, which again, if you don't know, Teleport lets you teleport any number of willing creatures to basically anywhere on the planet. On the plane, technically. Provided that you have an anchor or whatever to the place you're going to, and if you don't, you might end up miles off, etc., etc. Whatever. Complications. They get teleport. And so what the party does is they teleport out. They level up, and at the start of the next session, they're like, alright, I cast teleport, let's get the fuck out of here. And they left the gold, like the dragon that was encased in gold behind. Now, that got them out of the dragon encounter to start with, but they knew that the first place the dragon would go to after leaving its lair was the town that they teleported to, right at the base of the mountain. So they put together this plan to split up, right? To split the party. One half stays in town, prepares a trap, like lay a trap with the defense of the city. Work with the city, right? The city has a very high level cleric, and a very high level paladin who basically like run the city guard, more or less. And half the party, no teleport zone. No, definitely not. There are very specific no teleport zones in my setting. And you kind of know when you're in one. So, my goal is not to TPK my players. They would have been TPK'd, and I have no problem if they TPK themselves, right? If they know that they're getting themselves into a situation that's, like, totally fucked. That's fine. But I'm not gonna, like, spring a no teleport zone on them or anything like that. So the party splits up. They take most of the party, half the party, to like negotiate terms with the city to provide defense with the city. They make a deal with the pirates basically to split the horde. If the pirates help, because they had come to this island, right, where the volcanoes and the town are, via having paid a very high level pirate ship crew, to help, like, whatever. The pirates, which are like level 15-ish, I would say. One's level 15, two are level 12. And then the party, which is now level 13, and the two members, like the paladin, who's the head of the guard, he's like a level 10 paladin or whatever, and then the cleric is like a level 17 cleric. He's like a priest of Abadar. Abadar is the god of law, whatever. He has like one of these relics that are in my campaign that are like fragments of divinity of a god. And so this priest has this fragment of divinity from the god he follows, Abadar. It's a warhammer, magic weapon. That will be important later. So that party splits up. They sign a contract to like defend the city, get the pirates to sign a contract, and they'll split the loot of the dragon's horde, etc., etc., etc. The other half of the party goes back to the volcano to sneak in and free the dragon, right? The next day, their plan is to sneak in, free the dragon, and teleport with the dragon back to the city so that the dragon can help out with the defenses. That's the plan. Against the other dragon. And they execute the plan. This happened 2 sessions ago, I think. Maybe 3. I don't know. Where the other half of the party, so the dragon leaves, right? They have like a couple hours to get in, free the dragon, and get out. And so that's what they do. They wait for the dragon to leave. They head inside. They head to the horde. There they find, the dragon has set up some defenses for the horde, kobolds, lava golem, whatever, elemental, whatever. Combat ensues. Those 2 party members fight this fucking harrowing fight, and there they perform the ritual to free the dragon. And once they free the dragon, they realize the dragon is dying. It was frozen in time at the moment of its, like, execution, basically. So that way it was, like, permanent, like, imprisoned in pain forever. Obviously, red dragon stuff. Horribly evil. And so they have to, like, this dragon is, like, making, that they're, like, trying to free and teleport back, is, like, making death saves while they are, like hunting through the dragon's horde for a potion of like hoping to find a potion of healing that they can feed the dragon. I had not planned for that to be their plan. I was planning for them to free the dragon and then have their healer here to heal the dragon. But the party members that went to go free the dragon did not include their healer. But they rolled high on investigation. They found one of the 3 healing potions, fed it to the dragon, and the dragon lived with like 30 HP, because they found a potion of superior healing. And so they teleported to the dragon. They teleported the dragon to the town on 30 HP. Sorry, I gotta take care of my voice here. So they teleport in. The the cleric is like, alright, time to pour, like, most all of my spells into healing this dragon. And so they spend some healing before the evil dragon arrives, to heal the dragon, and they learn that the fragment of antiquity of Abadar, the wet warhammer that the cleric has, one of its special abilities, which again just happens to be the case, it was not planned for this encounter. I designed this hammer, I don't know, years and years ago, maybe like 5-7 years ago. This hammer that this guy has, one of its abilities is that it can pool people's HP together, right? And so their plan is to pool everyone that there's HP together, including the dragon, so that way, when the dragon attacks a person, it's doing like, I don't know, 20 health out of a pool of like 1400. Right, so there's a very clear upside to this, which is like, basically everyone has infinite health, but the downside is that if any person gets hit by an AoE spell, right, then the whole health pool takes that collective damage. So AoE is like very vulnerable. Guess what's AoE? Dragon's Breath. So the dragon arrives and a fight ensues. And boy howdy, was it a fight. So even with the dragon that's helping them, the level 17 cleric, the level 15 pirate captain, her 2 level 12 allies, plus the party of 5 level 13 adventurers, they combat ensues with the dragon. And it is going very well, right? I mean, the dragon has like 500 HP. There's like 7 or 8 people wailing on this thing. Oh, it's more than that. It's closer to like 10 people. And the dragon breathes on them. The dragon stat block is taken in part. It's very heavily inspired by the fire dragon from MCDM's Flea Mortals, which has a lot of like, you know, if you attack me, you get hurt kind of mechanics to it. And so, like, if you attack the dragon, you get, like, set on fire, and you take fire damage. And there's a lot of, like, small damage that you take over the course of the fight, basically. The dragon, like, can, like, create armor around itself, etc., etc. But the fight is going well. And then the first dragon breath happens, and that takes their HP from, like, 1300-ish down to like 900-ish, right? And their plan was like, once they hit like 700 HP, their plan is to have the cleric cast his 9th, because he's level 17, he has 9th level, and class Mass Heal, which heals 700 life points, split amongst however many players you want. But since they share an HP pool, they'll go down to like 700, they'll cast Mass Heal up to full, right? Counter AoE, yes. Now, the issue is that the initiative order of this fight goes bunch of the players, the evil dragon, and then the bunch of the players, and the cleric is like last in the initiative order. So last session, the fight is going very well. They're at like 900-ish HP, and the dragon goes fire breath, right? And that takes them down to like maybe 400-ish HP. like collectively. And they had gone through the dragon's legendary actions. So the way MCDM designs their villains is that each round they get one legendary action that's like in the first round it's always like a movement buff, right? Usually, or it's like something that changes the aspect of like the fight. So in this case, the dragon had like a giant like ash zone that like blinded everything, right? It just like changes the nature of the fight. And then in the second round, it's like something more defensive, something that's like it does like that's where the armor comes in, and when you hit the armor, it like shoots out a spike that does damage to you, that kind of thing. The third villain action of this dragon is a giant nuke, right? The third MCDM, like their design is that like the dragon's going to be almost dead, which it was, right? By the time this happened, it was on like 20 HP, right? And its last villain action is like this giant nuke that like puts itself to 1. And the party, so it goes turn order, dragon breath, hits everyone down to 400. Player goes, right? Someone that's not the cleric, it's a monk, they do their thing. And at the end of the monk's turn, the dragon supernovas. And does, I don't know, somewhere in the realm of like 700 HP collectively. And because everyone shares a health pool, everyone is down. And the dragon's at 1. Bruh. Before the cleric gets a chance to heal. Now, one caveat, the issue is the reason they live is because one player, the healer, right? So the healer, Beard Baron, the villager in the town with the short. So fun fact. Part of this encounter was they had like a bunch of civilian archers, basically, like on the buildings around the town square where this fight is happening, just like shooting arrows to hope someone hits a nat 20, right, and do like 8 damage, whatever helps. Oh wait, actually, we'll get to that. So the archers, when the supernova happens, all of the archers are caught in the supernova except for one, just by happen to be standing at a far away enough part of one building in like one corner to not get instantly vaporized. There's one guy. He shoots, he unfortunately misses. He does not roll in at 20. But it is very funny that he survived. But importantly, the healer of the party, so Beard Baron, the healer of the party, is a human who's been alive for like 300 or 400 years. Which humans don't live that long. The reason is that his backstory is that he's a former adventurer. And on one of his adventures, he got this like orb of like pure positive energy implanted into his heart. So he doesn't have a heart anymore, but he has this like orb that like sustains his life. He's like, think Gale from BG3, but not a nuke, but something that like heals him, right? And like that's like the source of it. He's like a sorcerer, right? He's a divine soul sorcerer. And with warlock, he's a sword claw. Celestial sword claw. He's like a turbo healer. It sounds like Gale with the Orb. It's kind of like Gale with the Orb, but instead of it being like a death orb, it's like a heal orb. Now, part of their deal with the dragon... Hi, Kurama! Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good Monday. I'm telling the story of the dragon fight. Their healer has this like orb that sustains his life, right? And steaming homemade dumplings? Hell yeah, that sounds awesome. That sounds great. Damn, steam me some dumplings sometime. That sounds wonderful. No, I'm joking. But so I will. You don't have to. Thank you though. I mean, I would be down, but that sounds like a lot of work. You don't gotta go through that for me. So when they got the rod piece, part of the exchange with the rod, like for the fifth piece of the rod that they made with the evil dragon, was they traded the rod piece for a deck of many things that they had in their possession since the start of the campaign, roughly. Not the start of the campaign, but since early in the campaign. And one of the things that happened, as part of the deal, I was having a lot of fun with this. The dragon was like, okay, to prove it's a deck of many things, one of you guys, if I'm gonna trade the rod for this deck, one of you guys has to draw from the deck. So, I made them draw from the deck of many things. It was a lot of fun. And the healer, Baird, who has this like life orb in him, drew. He's a celestial warlock whose like patron is the angel of death for the setting, and he worships the goddess of death. Right. His like whole shtick is that he like hates undead. He's a healer. He hates undeath, even though he's like sort of undead. Players not using the deck of many things for that long takes a lot of restraint. No, my players are very afraid of things going catastrophically wrong. They pulled from the deck once, and one player pulled from the deck once, and everyone was like, "You should not be doing that." And they've just been they've kept it tucked away for a while, like most of the campaign. Damn, not even a little bit gambler. No, they are not gamblers. But, so, the healer who worships the goddess of death is like, I mean, I've lived long enough. If something catastrophically happens to me, it's not a big deal. And he pulls from the deck of many things, and he pulls the death card, which, if you don't know, summons a like a specter that has like half your hit points. It always hits its attacks, and you have to fight it 1v1, and if anyone intervenes, they summon their own specter of death that like gets added to the fight, basically. So it's a 1v1 against this like Grim Reaper, basically. Excuse me. And the player, the healer, simultaneously, so one of the aspects of the orb of life that he has in him is if he overheals himself, he explodes with like too much life energy, basically. So it's like a pseudo mini Gale, right? And as part of this, he heals himself too much and explodes, killing the death thing. but in doing so, downs himself. So he meets with the goddess of death, right? He like goes through the afterlife. So I have my own like afterlife simulation. You go through the goddess of death. You go meet them. So I pulled the player into like the secret VC. And I'm like, okay, you meet the goddess of death, etc. She knows, since you've worshipped this goddess, right, for your whole, several 100-year life, she knows who you are. And she will send you back to be her champion on the caveat that you will die. Because you can't die right now, right? She's the goddess of death. He can't die despite worshipping the goddess of death. He's like an oxymoron. So he will die, right? And so he gets sent back. He accepts, of course, it's the goddess that he worships. He gets sent back. She has bestowed upon him her fragment of antiquity. And his orb is no longer like the regular life orb. It has this caveat, like the threshold to like explode is like very, very little now. If he gets, I think it's like 20 points of healing maybe or something like that, he explodes. Like he really, really cannot heal himself, which is why when the party pooled their life, he sat out. He was like, oh, the party is going to need to be healed. I will sit out the health pool thing. I'll be the only person not connected to the health pool. For the dragon fight. Because if if they heal, right, 700 collective HP, then he fucking dies. So he's like, you know what? I'm gonna sit this one out. And everyone's like, okay, that's strange, but whatever. So when the dragon explodes and downs literally everyone, the healer of the party is standing with, I don't know, like 20 HP. And the dragon's at 1. Now, part of this, the fragment of antiquity they got, is called End. It's like a Grim Reaper scythe, basically. And one of the aspects of this scythe is that you can reap people's souls. Which means that you kill them, their soul is sent to the afterlife with no hope of ever being resurrected, basically. Which is obviously very powerful. I mean, it's the goddess of death. It's literally a fragment of her power. So, yeah, like, no resurrection whatsoever. So, he activates this ability, kills the dragon, and he saves the party, basically. It was a super epic moment. The one downside is that he has reaped the soul of the last red dragon. So now, as a consequence of this, there cannot be another red dragon in my setting. It's very funny. Hi Sean, hi. There's now a hurricane. Again, I said this last time, please stay safe. So, in my setting, there's only ever one dragon of each color. When that dragon dies, it gets like reincarnated into the next one. But now there's no more red dragons. Congratulations, you've killed the last one. So now, Tiamat's gonna be fucking pissed at them, which is going to be very interesting for how this campaign is going to go. Because now, not only do they have, like, the person who's in charge of a giant demon army hunting them, now, does this mean Tiamat is missing head? What a great question, Bubba. I'm not sure. Theoretically, maybe. Probably. Because if she breeds with any other dragon, she can choose what color the spawn will be. It's very, I don't know. I've gone back and forth on whether or not Tiamat will be missing a head. It's just, the whole thing is so fucking complicated. Like, this was not the use case that I was thinking of for this fucking weapon. Like I said, I designed these weapons, like, years and years ago. But it's very funny, the implications of this, right? That, like, the party member just happened to get this weapon, like, the session before, and happened to kill the last red dragon afterwards. I don't know. But the whole thing is super fucked. It's very cool. Super cinematic moment, reaping the last soul, the soul of the last red dragon, while everyone is dying around you. Great session last session. The party lived. I'm happy to say that I did not TPK my party of, 3-year-long campaign. Or 2.5. It's 2.5-year-long campaign. But it was very, very close. Everyone was down. Everyone was down, and this guy was only not down because he happened to not want to be part of the health pool. Very, very silly stuff. Ugh. Oh man, alright. Well, let's switch screens here for a second. So, if any of the party is here, please leave. We will now have spoilers from here on out, as we do design. So, the island that they are on has 2 volcanoes on it. One has the Dragon's Lair, and that one had a rod piece. They didn't know this at the time, but the other volcano also has a rod piece. Which is very funny. Because they're gonna, like, next session, they're gonna, I'm gonna be heading out. Alright, have a good one. I hope your errand goes well. So, they don't know this, but the other volcano has the rod piece. Here, well, sort of. The other volcano doesn't have the other rod piece. It has a portal to where the rod piece is. So, here's the important piece of information. I gotta find what the name is of this place. 1 second. I think it's called the Heliosphere. I think that's this document. Yeah. Planes. Surrender. Yeah, the Heliosphere. So in my setting, all of the outer planes are linked to the material plane via a body of water. Like there's like a pool of water, and basically if you go into the pool of water, you get portaled to the other plane of existence. The party has used this mechanism to go to the Feywild. They like learned where the Feywild portal is. They have not used, which is technically an inner plane, whatever, it doesn't matter. But they don't know this. The sixth piece of the rod is in the heliosphere, which is the neutral good plane of surrender. So the other volcano's caldera is the portal to the outer plane of Serenre. Serenre being the neutral good goddess of the sun, redemption, and justice, or something like that. What is her spheres? It's not in this document, it's in the other document. I should combine these documents. It's sun, light, fire, and redemption. So they have to go to... It's like as close to like the modern Christian concept of heaven as you can get. So they're gonna have to go to heaven and either steal or bargain with angels to get the sixth piece of the rod. I don't know how they're gonna do that. That's gonna be whack. I genuinely have no idea how that's going to function, or what their plan is going to be. But that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're talking about the volcano itself and the dungeon that like leads to the caldera. So the one thing I do know is that this volcano home to a tribe of fire giants. Like, the place is going to be like a fire giant. Like, that's what we're designing. It's like a lair for fire giants, right? Let me go find out their name. It was like the Sunlight Legion or something. I will be using the MCDM giant stat blocks for these because they are interesting. Yeah, the Sunlight Legion. Astrica is her name. They're like a tribe of monks, basically. Well, this is pretty much all I know. So let's do some design. What does this place look like? I mean, it's a volcano. We'll start here. Why did that not fill? There. There's the caldera. We need an entrance. So we'll put that like over here somewhere. This is a line. I don't want a line, I want a freehand. Sure. And what goes in this place? Let's actually, you know what? Let's start with this. We'll draw the volcano vertically and have references. So, like, the caldera's down here. Cave will be up here. The entrance. We need something that prevents them from going in through the top. So, like, maybe there will be, like, I don't know. What ranged options do these giants have? Obviously, they throw rocks, but what else? Let me look at their stat blocks. Hurl Flame. Range 180 feet. 86 plus 6 fire. What about these guys? Throw Rock. What about their leader? Lava Pillar. Hurl Frame. Okay. Basically, they shoot fireballs. So, up here, we'll have... Okay, that is very large text. Alright. Okay, so over here. Here, why don't I do this? Just instead of doing this, I'll just minimize it. There. Let's do it like this. Entrance. Doorway. It'll be like there. Alright, let's get our notes down. What else goes in a fire giant home? So, obviously, they need residential area. I need we'll just call it food. Creation. Industry. What else do they need? Oh. Covers most things. What do fire giants eat? Do they even need to eat? I think they're gonna have a giant, like, fight pit. Goon pit, shut the fuck up on this. That's fine. They need some sort of, like, church. We'll call it a place of worship. Industry. Mining. Jewel craft. They hew everything from stone from the volcano. Other things like that. What do they eat? What would a fire giant eat? Because if a fire giant eats like meat or vegetable, it would have to be something that would like be capable of living in a volcano, in or on a volcano. You could also use the stone giants. What are the stone giants do? Oh, here we go. Here's information on giant layers. Giant layers are filled with clothing, furniture, tools, weapons, and even treasure, aside for being 15 feet tall. Inside of a giant's lair should make players feel as though the characters have shrunk as they navigate familiar setups such as a meat hall from a new perspective. Normally, trivial activities such as like grabbing an amulet off a table become Herculean tasks that require planning, preparation, and risk of bodily harm. Ceilings in a giant's lair should be at least 20 feet high. Probably higher, 25 feet, I'm thinking. Climbing furniture. A character can climb a piece of furniture in a giant's lair with a DC 15 athletics check. Doorways and halls. The doorways and halls in a giant's lair should be at least 15 feet wide, so the giant can comfortably move down the halls without squeezing. Multiple giants live in the lair. Consider making the halls even wider to accommodate multiple giants at once. Likewise, doorways should be at least 15 feet tall. Giant potions. Oh, interesting. Giant scrolls. Object size for giants have dimensions that are typically 2 to 3 times the size of humans, equivalent weight, and weigh about 8 times as much. Using encumbrance rules, yada yada. Opening doors. Large, medium, and small creatures can open a door in giant's lair as an action. Tiny creatures can't open the door, so the door is locked or latched. The lock is 10 feet above the floor. A medium or smaller character can climb up to it with a successful DC 17 athletics check. Stairs count as difficult terrain. Traps. Usually impact larger areas. Interesting. So, what lives in a volcano? That's not how you spell that. The animals that call volcanoes home. Flamingos. This is how you DM. Hi Sosa. Hi. How are you? Also hi Bubba. I don't know if I said Bubba. Hi. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. You are speaking in nonsense. Please say words in the English language. What a creature. What, this iguana? It's a land iguana. Oh, what is that? The vampire groundfinch? I don't need to see that. Sorry. I'm good. Alright, let's find something else. Animals in Hawaii volcanoes. Okay. No, I'm looking for Something larger than these things. Mammals. Prairie dogs, chipmunks. So it seems like lizards are very common. Reptiles. What kind of reptilian creatures do you want? You could do like guard dragons. And look at animals in D&D. They have animals in this book. Is there just like a page for beasts? Animals, page 34 to 48. Let's see. Animals, you got bears, birds of prey, camels, deathhawk, whatever the fuck a deathhawk is, lightning eels, foxes, insects, wildcats, spiders, these are companions. No, I'm looking for reptiles. Ooh, basilisks. Basilisks are reptiles. I mean, we can do basilisks. We could, like, farm basilisks. What else do they have? These are demons, these are devils. We're not doing any dragons. We just did a dragon. Elementals, so there's probably going to be some sort of like lava elemental. Oh. Oh, what is this? Sunlight nexus. I'm gonna write this down. Let me write some of these things down. Monsters. Monsters. Basilisk. What page were they on? It was like 48 or something like that. 49 maybe. Uh, 48. Page 48. Is that not how you spell basilisk? I already turned away from it. Sure, whatever. Sunlight nexus. It's a CR12 elemental. And it's like radiant. That's perfect. What page is this? This is page 99. Alright. What else do we got? Oh, Jesus. Okay. So obviously we got the giants, they're on pages 101, 106, 107. I'm just gonna 106. doing gnolls. Not doing goblins. Griffins? I mean, we could do griffins. I don't know that I would want to do a griffin. Harpies. Harpies will probably be on the mountain, but have nothing to do with the fire giants. Maybe we cut them because they're not high enough level. We're on 142. Hobgoblins. Humans, don't care. Purple worms, also don't care. Kobolds, we just did kobolds. Lightbenders. What the heck is this? Shield scale Dranglin. What is this thing? It's like a kobold mount? It's like a pangolin. If you know what a pangolin is. Shield scale Dranglin. Page 178. I'm just getting a list of all the stuff that I might want to use. Lizard folk, no. They live somewhere else. Medusas, no. Mimics, no. Minotaurs, no. Ogres, no. Whatever the fuck that thing is. Oh, it's like a mind player thing, no. Orcs, no. They also live somewhere else. Overminds, also somewhere else. Owl bears, no. Shambling mounds, no. Sturges, no. I don't know what these things are, but what is that? Okay, one second. I'm getting distracted, but I want to know. Okay, that's fine. It's like a fucking mech thing. Titans. We're definitely not dealing with Titans here. Jesus Christ. No Krakens. None of that. Treants. We're on a volcano. Trolls. Shadows and Shades. Undead. Okay, I think that's it for this book. Let's take a look at the monster manual. Okay. Let me start this time with the table of contents. Nah. Ooh. Definitely want a Behir somewhere. Behirs are great. I love running Behirs. They're like lightning lizards, but massive. Love me a good bit here. Okay. Here's on page 25 of the Monster Manual. No folders, no blanks. Bullets. Of course, we can always run a bullet here. We're in a mountain. Is it 2 T's? 1 L? Yes. Page 34. Okay. Can also do a cloaker. Run 20 cloakers. 41. On this. What the fuck is an header cap? 131. Oh, it's like a humanoid spider thing? Nah, these are like level 2. I'm good. None of this. No Gricks, no Grells, no Grimlocks. Oh, I mean, we can include Magman in the Elementals category. Magman, they're on page 212. Sure, they fit the theme. They're like tiny elementals, they don't really matter, but maybe they'll come up. No Manticores, no Marrows. No Oozes, sadly. Oh, Ropers for sure, page 261. I think that's pretty much it. Alright. Let's do our last couple checks here. Let's take a look at Volos. I don't think there'll be anything in Volos, but we'll check. We'll double check. Same with Mordenkainen's. Let's start with Volos. Volos is smaller. Oh, I opened straight up to the fire needs. I mean, we could do fire needs. They're really low level, though. We'll put them in there. We'll put them on the list. Fire needs. Volo. Page 142. Let me take a look here, though. What the fuck is a cave fisher? Gains vulnerability to fire. In a volcano? No thanks. They would die. Holders. Okay. None of this. None of this. None of this. I kind of want to do a section that has spiders of some kind, but there aren't really any good spiders in D&D. Spiders in D&D are a bit lacking in terms of quality. Like, in terms of, like, interesting movesets, basically. Maybe we'll design one from the ground up sometime. Let's note down the giants in Volos. I should note down the giants in the monster manual as well. Fire giant. Volos. Page 147. None of this. These are gnolls, no grungs. Guard drakes. These are on 158. Guard drake. Volo, page 158. No hags. No hobgoblins. Kobolds. What is this thing? Badger? Oh, it's like a gnoll thing. Whatever. No mind flayers. All of this. Nyogi? No, Nyogi live in the desert. My setting. God, there really is, like, not a lot in here. Tinklolly live in the desert. Trappers here 3. These things, no. Svarts, I'm good. Yuan T. Is there anything after Yuan T? People. Alright. Volo's done. Do our due diligence like a boarding hands. No, I think there'll really be nothing in here. Alright. Halips. Astral Dreadnoughts. No. Balkanauts. What do these things do? No. Dagger Collector. No, none of this. No Deathlocks. No Demons. Still Demons. Rotten Devils now. Darrow. Alright. Abishai. Okay, I need to note this down, so we're just gonna do it anyways. Abishai. For those who don't know, Abishai are Tiamat's things. They're like half devil, half dragon. We're on page 160. Oh, what just happened? There we go. Mordecaians. Page 160. We need to note them down because they will be going after the party. These are still devils. Oh my god. This thing lasts forever. Drow. Okay. No drow. No quarter. Eidolons. No ladrin. No elder elementals. We don't need these fire elementals. Get the Yankee, get renders, crew click, live in the yada yada, yada yada, no Ooblex, although I really like running them. Skulks, no. No. Steel Predators, no. No Trolls, no Yugoloths. Okay. We have done it. Alright, so this is our list of monsters. Sorry that took so long. This is separate. The separate issue. So, obviously... Here, we'll just do MCDM. That's not what I want. There. We'll label these. So we did all of this to determine what's the options that we have to choose from for our layer, like our place, as well as really what I was looking for was what do they eat. So yes, they eat, but what? They probably like farm bullets or these things, these pangolin things, or basilisks. Probably some combination of them. I imagine they like farm the penguins domestically. And then they hunt bullets and basilisks. I'm gonna put here breed as like dogs. Right, they have like basilisks as like pets, basically. This, I think I'm gonna put like the caldera, like a temple. At the caldera. And that's where the sunlight nexus will be. Okay. So let's bring this back up. So down here, our temple. Somewhere in here. So here, let's list all the places we need. We need grounds. We need hunting grounds. We need wrestling pits. We need residential home. What else did we decide we needed? Oh, farming dranglands. And we need mining, stone cutting, tool, craft. Farms. Alright, so we're needing like something like this stuff. We drew this, we need this like put here. Z. Let me select and move this. Let's get rid of this too while we're here. We'll do that later. And then we can move this over here. Okay. Actually, let's get rid of this and let's make this bigger. Alright, that way we can just like visually place where things go. We need the caldera at the bottom, like the temple. Right, this, and this should all be like close together. So if I'm putting the entrance like here-ish, maybe there's like a path that kind of goes down. And this will lead to the wrestling pits to start, because like we want the warriors as close as we can to the entrance. And then we will put the mines will be on the opposite side. So we'll put like giant mining area here. Obviously everything will be connected to tunnels. The mines need direct access to the stonecraft, tooling craft, which will be this. We need the homes kind of in the middle here. They need access to this. And the Drangland farms, which we'll put like over here. So vertically, this is roughly what it'll look like. Mining, we took care of. The basilisk breeding grounds, we'll put probably somewhere over here. Maybe like here. And then the hunting grounds will be like up here. The Let's would live closer to the earth though. Maybe we'll put them down here. No, let's put them up here. There. And then this needs access to like this. There. Alright, so this is kind of like a rough map of vertically where everything is. Obviously, like, it's a circle, and it's a circle cut out, so like if this is the entrance, like the wrestling pits will be here, the mining area will be over here, right? Maybe the hunting grounds are like up here, the stone carving is like here, you know what I'm saying? It's like they're all like on one side of the mountain, etc., etc. They're not like directly above each other, but they're also like not like it's not vertical like this. They're like spread out throughout the volcano. Okay. This is roughly what it looks like. Let me move everything here. Assless breeding grounds are over here. Hunting grounds are up here. Wrestling pits are over here. Whatever. Residential homes are near the bottom. Down here. Wrangling farms are here. Stonecraft is over here. Oh, I cut off part of the G, but it's fine. Mining here. Okay. And this is there. What the fuck? There. There we go. And that's kind of what we'll look like. Alright. Let me do this. This. We will select this. This. Copy. Paste. There we go. So I have a map. And then we'll just do the dungeon. Alright. So let's list all this out here. I don't need this as much anymore. Let's do it like this. Here, let me, you know what, I think I have a template for this somewhere. Give me 1 second. Okay, we do this. I don't have a direct template, but I'm gonna make one. We will grab Seed of the World, God's Wood, Tomb of the Golden Dragons. This. let's grab this. And then I'll put it here. And you know what? Why don't I just bring this all over here? Minimize this. And I'll just show you guys what I'm talking about. So, a long time ago, I mean, my first dungeon, the Tomb of the Golden Dragons, it looks something like this. Basically, description, creatures, this, creatures, and I just like did it like this. Room B, there was a trap. In room C, there were a bunch of kobolds, yada yada. Don't do that. I need this, and this, this. Gelatinous cube hidden in one of the rooms. Description, etc. Creatures, people, loot. The Tomb of the Golden Dragons is a great. It's a great dungeon. It's a one-shot dungeon. Description. Creature. I accidentally deleted all this. That's fine. Whatever. So here, instead of saying outside the description, we'll say entrance. And then we need here. We'll say entrance. Do it like this. There. And then just copy this. Go here. And we'll say, you know, top entrance. Descriptions. Like that. And then, oh my gosh. We'll just do it like this. Alright. So instead of saying room A, we're just going to label these by what order they go in. So we'll say wrestling, hits. We'll do the bullet hunting grounds next. Mining area, or just like work our way down. Mining area, industry, craft, jewelry area, probably like a market area as well. What else? They would reach the homes, residential area next. And then we have the Dringwin farms and the Basilisk farms. Pangolin Farms. Hobby Paste. Basilisk Farms. And then we need the temple. Temple of Surrender. Alright. So these are all the rooms in this dungeon, more or less. Let's start actually by making like a area. We'll do it at the bottom here. How do I do this? Random counters. So, whenever you're running a dungeon, I like to include a list of random encounters available to me. And they're less random. I call them random encounters, but they're less random and more things that happen. Like, sometimes, right, if they're on the, like, for example, if they're traveling from the wrestling pits to the mining area, and the party or the session needs a kick, you pull from the random encounters list. That's more or less how it goes. And it kind of serves dual purpose. One, it keeps the party on their toes. No matter what it is. It doesn't have to be a common encounter. It can be like, you know, if you're in a dungeon, it could be run into an adventurer who's dying, right? They like ran afoul of a monster they happen to be in the same dungeon. You know, something like that, and they're like dying out, or maybe they save this character, or maybe they don't, maybe they like loot his corpse. You know, who knows? But something that keeps the place interesting, because if a dungeon is just clearing rooms, right? Imagine that they go into this fire giant's home, and their mindset is just murder everything, right? You need to have something to break up the monotony of clearing a room, murdering everything, going to the next room, murdering everything. You know what I'm saying? So you need a list of encounters that are sometimes nothing, sometimes they are. But like if they go into this place and it's like they're just doing negotiations, for example. They come here, they convince the door person to take them down here. And they convince these people that they deserve to go down here, right? Along the way, something should go awry to like keep the dungeon interesting, right? You know, and that kind of thing. I'm gonna be right back. I'm going to take a short break. I heard Rengoku's feeder go off, so I'm gonna go out there and make sure he's all good. So I will BRB. Giving you like 5 minutes. Hello, I have returned. Let me drink some water. I can tell my throat is starting to tingle. Thank you. Gooning pit spotted. Don't overwork your voice. I shouldn't. Here, let me throw out the whatchamacallit. Text. Add existing. Oh, did I change this? I guess I changed it. Where are you seeing gooning pits? Are you talking about the wrestling pits? Yeah, I mean, it's for sport. It's competition. I was thinking the basilisk breeding grounds. I mean, I guess technically that is closer to gooning, I guess, because it's like, but it's like animals, you know, it's an animal farm. It's like, that's not gooning, but it's more gooning than like a football field, you know? Okay. We're gonna get rough descriptions before detailed descriptions, so... A giant door. Carved into the stone. Maybe something like this. Smoke billowing in the top. What's that called? The vent? Crater? Is it just crater? These volcanoes are structured very differently how I'm structuring my volcanoes. See, I'm thinking of a volcano that has most of its magma, like, gone. Does that just not exist in the real world? Like, imagine, like, any of these. Fucking... like this, and, like, the magma's down here. That does not happen in a volcano. I guess it is just a crater. That's interesting. I guess it just doesn't happen. Interesting. We'll just call it a crater. Okay. Description. Giant pit of stone. So I'm thinking, like, usually if you think of like a wrestling pit, the first thing that comes to mind is like sand at the bottom. They're giant, so it's probably not sand. It's probably like gravel, you know? Which would be like sand for them. Smaller side pits for lesser competition. Also, an armory. There should probably be an armory of some kind here. Creatures, fire giants, competing, fitting, or hunting. Well, hunting grounds, there should probably be some sort of, like, building / cave room. As an outpost. Otherwise, section of tunnels. Carved by bullets. And they just like hunt through the tunnels. Obviously bullets. Maybe a fire giant hunting party. The mining area. It's a mine. I mean, what the fuck do you expect? Description. Giants. Mining. This is where kind of like monsters would be. List. Same here. Monsters from the list. Description. Marketplace. Airlines. Trade goods. And doors, furniture, etc. All carved from stone. basilisks more present. Maybe some basilisks like up here. Maybe like up here and here. Basilisk. Oh no. If you're a guard at a town, like let's say you're a town guard, and you have a German Shepherd as a dog at home, like an aggressive German Shepherd, not like Ruby. Ruby's super calm, but any aggressive like dog breed, and you work as the town guard at your village, do you take your dog with you to work? Maybe. Yes, absolutely right. I mean, yeah, kinda. Like, there is merit to thinking, like, you leave it at home to protect your home. Specifically from, like, people who might rob you from your, like, while you're gone for the day. But otherwise, I don't see why you wouldn't. Dog is the most valued employee of the village guard. True. Very true. Meow. Why is he meowing? 1 second. I'm gonna go Rengoku stuff. Rengoku is being a cat. I know that sounds so shocking, but he's being a cat. He's just like, meow, please stand next to me while I eat. Me. Do you need someone to eat with you, homeless? Is that what it is? Sure. Sunlight nexus. Use more keeping. And you tend to them. And then this is like at the base of the caldera. More temple. Nexus. Angar. We'll say presides for all those who attempt to enter the heliosphere. Something like that. Let's get the random encounters list going. So, obviously, you're outside the mountain, harpies. Let's think about this for a second. So, I want a fire giant. That, like, can't control their basilisk. Like, that's a very, like, it's just a thing that happens. Right? Your dog got away. Like a Drangolin Stampede. So, this would be only in market / residential area. Like this would be an opportunity for them to like ingratiate themselves with the people here, right? If they like help out. Obviously the Bahir would be in like the mining area. Here. Only in grounds for mining area. What else? God, like this does not inspire me. Format, text, strike through. Neither do these. I've run cloakers a million times and magmans are like CR1 half, so fuck them. Um, ropers? Ropers are annoying. You need something to go with the ropers, though. Uh, hmm. Hmm. What else? Oh, I mean, obviously a bullet attack. That could happen anywhere. Hmm. What else can happen? Hmm. Something like that. What else? So obviously the Abashi. Abashi? Is that how you pronounce it? I'll be shy. I'll be shy. That can happen whenever until the end of time. Until Baird is dead, this is going to be a thing. Okay. I mean, this is fine. We will need people. And just like a list of characters as well. They'll just like live here and I can throw. Who leads the hunts? Who's the head farmer? That kind of thing. I don't think we need to do that now, though. I think we've got a lot done, though. I might call it a bit early today. Just to, like, rest my voice. Because we've gotten a shitload done. Like, we have a rough map, we have descriptions and, like, what's where. We've developed a whole fucking society here. I think I'm pretty satisfied. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just call it a day for now. I feel pretty comfortable. I can finish the rest of this and develop people in my own time. That way I'm just not spending the rest of the night talking. Thank you all for joining me. Sorry that was, we're doing a shorter stream today. And thank you for being patient with me as I rest my voice. And today was kind of low energy anyways, so no worries, Monday moment. True, very true. So, I appreciate you guys. You all have been super, super wonderful. Thank you for joining me. And I'll keep you guys updated on the campaign as things happen. I don't know what they're gonna do when they get to this fucking Fire Giant Society, or what they're gonna do when they fucking find out that the broad piece that they need to go fucking heaven for. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. The real kicker is when they find out that the 7th piece of the rod is in hell, in the hands of the literal devil. I don't know what they're gonna do about that either. So, I guess we'll see when they get there. You all have a good rest of your night. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you guys a ton. Hopefully I can come back tomorrow with a bit more energy. We're gonna be playing some Mass Effect. Very excited for it. And you all have a good rest of your evenings. Good night, good night, good night. Good night. Bye-bye.